Okay, we welcome your calls, and we'd be very grateful to hear from anyone.
I think in the meantime, we've got another question that's just come in about, it's based on cost, and it's sort of how much will this cost, will there be additional cost implications for regulated firms arising from the changes?
Well, we have carried out an indicative cost-benefit analysis. This was published with our November 2010 policy statement. This will be an ongoing process, and obviously cost is terribly, terribly important for a number of reasons. But we don't think that there will be cost impacts on firms. That seems to be the way things seem to be pointing. So far as the SRA is concerned, yes, there will be efficiency gains, and certainly by having one process or similar processes for sole practitioners and other firms. And as I mentioned before, the efficiency gains will then be seen by the regulated community and ultimately clients.
I think we've just had a question come in about what is the benefit of changing the structure to an LLC?
Well, I don't think we're necessarily suggesting that one structure is any more beneficial for another. So I think really this is about flexibility, and the firms must decide for themselves as to what is the most appropriate practice model for them to adopt. I don't think we're advocating, and certainly I don't think anyone should assume that anyone is suggesting that there should not be sole practitioners. That's not the case at all. So I think we have another question coming in now.
Yes, will the new regulations, taking account of risk management, have any bearing on insurance premiums? Well, I think that's very difficult for us at the SRA
because ultimately it is an open market so far as premiums are concerned, and well, the insurers will certainly be looking at risk. So I think that risk will ultimately determine
absolutely, but
the premium. Sorry,
it's a very hot topic, as we know. In fact, we held a webinar on the topic of indemnity insurance last Friday. I'd just like to remind the audience that we have an open consultation on this topic at the moment, which ends on the 28th of this month. So in respect of any comments that you have regarding this, then please do respond to that consultation, which ends on the 28th of this month.
For the future of financial protection for clients, I think is the title or something similar.
Yes, yes.
Right, any more questions?
We've got a question that's just come in, Nikki, about what about sole practitioners with shareholding in overseas law firms?
What about that? I'm not quite clear, Karen, what that is actually driving at. But I think if there's a little more clarity there.
I think we've got a little bit more clarity on it. So the sole practitioner is a shareholder in an overseas law company in the United States. How will this affect me if I register a branch office in London? Is that something that we can take still? Is that one that
I think that's something we
take that away with us?
Yes, I think so, and we'll publish the responses to frequently asked questions.
Yes.
I think.
Yes, it will.
So any phone calls? Anyone on the line there?
Yes, we have one question. Your question comes from Sheila Griffiths. Please ask your question.
Oh, hello. I'm working as a compliance consultant and have quite a few sole practitioner clients in the southeast areas. I'm particularly interested in what you're doing, as I used to work for PSU as well.
Oh.
So I'm quite pleased to see what you're doing and to see that the PSU visits are going to be more focused and not so wide-ranging.
Yes.
I think that's an improvement. But what I wanted to ask you is more of a sort of technicality, really. Could you just clarify for me, did you say that the Section 69 order is to primary legislation or to create a statutory instrument?
Well, the Section 69 order will, that is a statutory instrument by which we will be amending the government will be amending the primary legislation.
Okay, right, thanks.
And the Section 69 order, the draft one, is set out in our consultation paper, Annex 1. So do have a look at it. It may change between now and if it is eventually made.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Please have a good look. You've got plenty of time to respond. As I say, it's not until the 8th of March. So any comments very gratefully received. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Further questions?
Oh, yes, okay. Is that okay? Right. Well, I think we've come to the end of our feedback and questions. I'd really just like to thank you for joining us today. Karen and I have very much enjoyed this experience. It's a first for us both, but it's been very, very valuable. And thank you for your comments and your questions, all of which will be considered and taken into account in designing our new approach to regulation. Please, again, I say keep an eye on our website for news, information, frequently asked questions, help of various sorts. We do hope you enjoyed your lunchtime session with us, and please let us have your suggestions for any topics, and please visit our website and email any comments to our briefing practice at sra.org.uk website. So finally, it's goodbye from me, Nikki, and
it's goodbye from Karen. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you. Goodbye.